Hello everyone. For those of you who have yet to meet me, I'm Keone. I've been in the Pathways program since about 2015. And once again, I'm not able to attend this closeout meeting. My last day of work was last Friday, the 27th of July. And so I have a video presentation here for you. This video serves twofold. First, letting me give you my presentation in an in-person style format, even though I'm not here, which will hopefully keep things a little bit more lively. And secondly, to let you all kind of get to know me and what I'm about. So to begin, I was stationed here in Davis for the summer. I started on the 29th of May and I've gone up to the 27th of July, a whole 9 weeks. I've had opportunities to work with all sorts of different things. I even had the opportunity to attend the opening Pathways meeting in Modesto, which was an opportunity to meet a good number of you. And for those of you I have yet to meet, I hope to have the opportunity to meet you all in the future. And so let's get this presentation started. Let's start this with an introduction about me and where my background lies to give you some reference. I'm from the Big Island of Hawaii, where my family has a small ranch of about 120 acres. We raise Red Angus cattle and Romney sheep. I've been involved in agriculture almost all my life with our ranch and then with organizations such as 4-H, Hawaii Cattlemen's Association. Been involved with NRCS since about 2012, where I started as an Earth Team volunteer, helping around the Commonwealth Office of Hawaii. I have multiple family members working for NRCS, and my family ranch has been doing equip contracts for years. Since 2014, I've been going to the most northern school in all of America and the second most northern in the world, the University of Alaska in Fairbanks. It places in the top 10 engineering schools in the nation, and being situated where it is, it has some very unique aspects and difficulties and benefits to it. In Fairbanks, the winter temperatures average around -10 from October through April, with the harshest parts of winter being all the way down to -40 or 50 degrees Fahrenheit. Fairbanks is known a lot for its ice and snow. We hold the International Ice Carving Competition every spring. We have snow on the ground from late October through mid-April, almost guaranteed. And overall, it is an incredible place to live if you like the cold or snow. I began in the Pathways program the summer of my freshman year in college during 2015. Since then, I have come back each summer for a new adventure. In the previous years of being in Pathways, I was in Escondido and in Indio, California. In 2015, I was in Escondido working with Daniel Holt, and I had some of my first experiences working with California NRCS. Escondido is located with a nice, warm, humid climate, and the majority of the agriculture there being avocado. While there, I also got the opportunity to see a lot of different things, and including the Ramona flood that had occurred 2016 and 2017. I was in Indio, California, which is located on the edge of Death Valley and is easily one of the hottest cities in all of California. The daily temperatures were in the hundreds and often 110s, with our peaks going into the upper 120s and even low 130s. The main agriculture there was dates, and I spent a lot of time surveying and learning about hydraulics, reservoirs, and flood irrigation systems. In Escondido, I was constantly going from project to project and had the opportunity to work on so much and learn so many new things, from ground penetrating radar and soil mapping technologies to doing rainfall assessments, and even had an opportunity to learn a lot about avocados I didn't know. Working with Daniel was probably the best way to start off my Pathways program, as he got me involved with everything that was going on, took me along wherever he was going, and I had the opportunity to do things that I never thought I would get the chance to do. This year, during that year, I had the opportunity to meet with a lot of people that I have come back to work with year after year, from Elise Miller, the area engineer of Area 4, to Julia Grimm, the geologist here in the state office, and even had the opportunity to attend the opening and closing meeting of Pathways for that year, where I got to meet everyone in the program and even had the opportunity to get to meet a lot of people here in the state office. In 2016, I was in Indio for the first time. I worked with Elise, the area engineer for Area 4, and Juan, the office engineer of Indio, and had the opportunity to do a lot of different things. I went with Elise to some fire assessments, seeing some damages caused, and even had the opportunity to see some erosion caused by it. With Juan, I did a lot of surveying, and I had the opportunity to do some design work. For 2017, I returned to Indio once again, getting to experience some new and old things. I got to see some flood issues over in Kelso Creek as their levee had begun to get filled in with sediment over the years. I also had the opportunity to work on some new project in India for 2017, such as working with some IWM programs, doing a irrigation evaluation, and also putting together an Excel spreadsheet to better collect and graph tensiometer data, which this spreadsheet I actually had the opportunity to come back to this year to complete and finish. But I'll touch back on that in a little bit. For this summer, I was here in the state office in Davis and had the opportunity to see the more administrative side of NRCS. I started back on May 29th and have worked up until July 27th, a full 9 weeks. This year, I've had the opportunity to see some projects through from the beginning to end, which have been quite the experience. Davis is located near the meeting points of areas 1, 2, and 3, and being an agricultural college town, it has been a nice change to be able to go outside during the afternoon. I have spent some time this summer hopefully making all of your jobs a little bit easier, with multiple Excel programs and tools that are being released testing, and even some AutoCAD sheets that will hopefully standardize and streamline the process. I've also had the opportunity to visit the field a few times to see the area and problems faced here. This is the first Excel sheet that I worked on this year. I started this last year back in India, where I first created the majority of the sheet and the basic premise of it, but this year I was able to come back to it, fix a lot of the issues, add some new features, and prepare it for release. This is the first Excel project I had worked on this year. I originally created this last summer back in India, where it was to help streamline my own work. But now this summer I had the opportunity to add some new features, fix some errors and fix some problems, and even create something that is now being released for testing statewide. A cover sheet was added, some information in fields such as crop fields, a selection of settings were added to increase the file's versatility and uses, and to hopefully allow this to reach a lot more of you. The data entry page was cleaned up, added some labels, and gave it a uniform header throughout pages that will hopefully make this easy enough for anyone to use. Here's the second Excel spreadsheet that I worked on this summer. I started this one a few weeks ago, and I've now got it to the point where it is ready to be released for testing in a little bit. It is designed to help quantify the benefits of proposed irrigation improvements so that they can be compared and ranked for ease of use, showing only what is needed at the time and allowing for a range of choices and settings. It will hopefully be versatile enough that it will be useful to anyone who needs to use it. I would highly recommend for any of you out there to learn enough about Excel to do even the simplest of programming, as it can really simplify some of the tasks and make your jobs easier. In AutoCAD, I created a set of pages to help standardize drawings for concrete slabs, consolidating a title page, overview, and pages for each major style of slab construction, from non-reinforced contraction joints to watertight expansion joints. These sheets are still in the early stages, and I am not sure when they will actually make it out, but they were something good to practice on, and I do hope that they will progress to the point that they will be useful. One of the chances I had to go to the field was when I had the opportunity to tag along on a trip to Santa Rosa to evaluate an embankment to a road that had started to flake off after a fire had gone through the area, burning away its support. The road was suffering some damage due to the flaking, but it wasn't at direct risk at the moment, and had a number of other issues that were more important. These pictures of an irrigation system in the process of being installed are from an almond orchard over in Vacaville. I went along with Carolyn Jones of the Vacaville office and a few others to inspect the system mid-install to be sure things were progressing smoothly and correctly. That's about it. I've had a fun summer here in Davis. I hope you have all had just as fun of a summer as I've had. For me, working on a project from beginning to end has been an incredible experience, being able to see just what it takes to go from nothing all the way up to